Howdy, everybody. I want to talk about the Second Amendment because there's idiots out there that think the Second Amendment gives the government power to regulate firearms and mandates that keeping and bearing arms is only for being within a militia. I am here to help those people out with that argument. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's hack off the rest of the amendment that you say confuses people into thinking that they have the individual right to keep and bear arms. And honestly, you don't care that I do that because you want the Second Amendment to say what you want it to say. That's why I'm here to help you to do just that. So instead of a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. We will go with a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. That sentence is a little bit awkward, so I'm going to fix it. I'm essentially going to change a word to where it says a well-regulated militia is necessary to the security of a free state. Now, the problem is that even an idiot like you should be able to look at that sentence and say that it isn't anything more than a statement of fact. There's no power being granted or prohibited, by that statement. It's a statement like saying my favorite color is green, or maybe a statement something more like a pizza is necessary for a pizza party. It's just like, yeah, of course it is. It's a statement of fact. If you want to have a pizza party, you have to have pizza. But okay, let's assume for a few moments that your moron stance about the Second Amendment has any figment of truth to it. Well, you believe the existence of the words well-regulated means that firearms can be regulated as much by the government as the government wants. The government can regulate it however much it wants. You can feel free to correct me on your idiotic beliefs if you want. I would love for someone to actually explain this all out to me. Why you can possibly look at that statement and say that it means what you say it means. Now, I'm going to use the cutoff version of the Second Amendment that I created here, where that last part is chopped off, the part you really don't like. This is even assuming that I'm even assuming that there is even any kind of power behind the well-regulated militia statement in the first place. So, your well-regulated, the part that's well-regulated would only apply to the militia, as you should have clearly seen, in the statement, a well-regulated militia. The power for the government to deny firearms to the people is not written into the Constitution. If you look within the rest of the Constitution, that's because you believe the part that allows the government to somehow deny people the individual right to keep and bear arms is the part of the Second Amendment that says well regulated. Except, in this case, it's only talking about the militia. That's using the cutoff sentence that I created, to create something that you should theoretically agree with. But, there's a little more. We're still assuming you're correct in your belief about the Second Amendment. Except, now you have to define the militia. And you define the militia as the National Guard. So if the well-regulated part is, it's directly applied to the militia, I would like you to explain to me why you would want to pass gun control laws and regulate the weaponry of the National Guard uses. I mean, you even idiotically believe that when the founders wrote the Second Amendment that they only meant muskets. I mean, do you want the National Guard in our military fighting our enemies, foreign and domestic, with muskets? But oh wait, have you changed your mind about what is a militia? Are you going to blow up your argument by stating that the militia are the people? Oh, come on. You want to win that, the argument at all costs. Except then you're going to admit that the Second Amendment had nothing to do with any official military and everything to do with the right of the ordinary people to keep and bear arms. And well, at the end of the amendment, it says those ordinary people's right shall not be infringed. Or would you be so bold as to state that a well-regulated people are necessary to the security of a free state? Isn't that a really creepy dystopic statement if you ever heard one? Get off your intellectually dishonest bandwagon and understand that the Second Amendment protects the individual right to keep and bear arms and grants zero government power to regulate the people or the arms of the people.